Welcome all. In the previous videos we discussed this button and discuss what it means and what it do. In this video we will take some example that will make you we can say professional in this button attribute and use it. Let's see the example are here. Okay, as you can see, when you down you will see how the example, if example has its condition, we will learn how to translate this condition to the button attribute. Okay, we'll start from the above. This is very easy example. Maybe the grade of the student in some course, he tell us that the grade must be capital letter from A to F, only capital letter. Okay, here we can end it like this, A to F. Now we end. Okay, we now go to the browser and run anything not in this range will not submit it. For example, 5 error message, hard error, a small letter, for example A, not accepted, A capital will accept it. Okay, this is very easy example. Okay, the next example is zip code for your country. We say that the zip code must be 5 digits only. Okay, this is also easy example. We can say from 0 to 9 only number, and these numbers must be 5 numbers, only 5. Save it, refresh it, enter anything not number or not accepted, not accepted, only number, and it must be 5 numbers, accepted. Okay, the next example is tags. What we mean in tags, the input must be in this form. Okay, like this, HTML and CSS, comma, the new tag, comma, the new tag, and so on. Okay, how we can do this? Okay, this may be the first example is complicated something in this video. Okay, we will include all things that the tag can be. We can write like this, write small letter and capital letter and 0 to 9 and include signs and so on, but we can under this write only this sign. This sign, as we say, mean everything unless what we will write after it. For example, if I write a small, that I will accept everything unless a small. I will not reject anything. So this means accept everything. Okay, after accept everything, what I will follow it? Every tag will follow by comma. So anything followed by comma, and this followed by anything. Okay, can you think this all? It's wrong until now. We will make it better. Okay, if I write anything here, okay, and this must be star, this can be any sequence, and this can be like this. Okay, it's I write, for example, HTML, CSS, comma, for example, anything here will submit it. If I write anything else, will not submit it. But what if my tag is only one tag, there is no comma, for example like this, it will not submit it. So I will say all this from here, as we can see, sorry, from here to here, can repeat it anytime, even 0. I don't write it. Okay, refresh. If I enter only one word, it will accept it. If you want to enter more than this, it will accept it. Okay, now the problem is, what if we enter like this, comma 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 comma, and enter? It will accept it. Why? Because we say that anything, and anything can be any number, and the comma is one of this anything that we can enter, so we must exclude comma from here. This means anything unless comma, and here this must followed by comma, and this anything unless comma, and here must enter the plus sign. So if I enter this, I must enter at least one character from this. Okay, let's refresh it. Enter, for example, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and enter or submit it. Anything wrong like this, error, will not submit it. Will not submit. As you can see, only words, and can enter digit, capitals, spaces, and anything, or signs even, and semicolon, sorry, comma, comma, comma. Okay, this is the third example. One sentence or more, between sentence, semicolon sign. Okay, this end, this the three examples end. Okay, now the password example. What it want? He said that the password must contain capital letters, must contain small letters, numbers, and signs, and the password must be more than 8 characters. Okay, now there is a new thing that we will learn it. I will not discuss it. I will give you formally what it means. Okay, if I enter this equal, if you want to know what I write, you must read JavaScript before it. I will not discuss how it comes from JavaScript. Okay, but let's say this, all this here. Okay, let it star or anything. Okay, here mean if I enter anything here, that mean, for example, if I enter 0 to 9, all this tag mean that what I enter it here must be entered in the import. For example, refresh. If I enter only letters, it will not submit it. Only capital will not submit it. At least I must enter one digit to be submitted. Okay, here dot sign. Fish. If I enter any character, will not submit it. If I will followed by digit, submit will submit it. I must enter one digit at least. This all mean that I must enter one digit at least. So if I will now make it to that I must enter one digit and one capital character. How? Like this. Exactly like the past, and put the capital letters. I want the small letters only. Sorry. Now the small letter. I don't discuss this what it means before, because it will take some longer time to discuss it. Okay, and I want to include also the characters like this, and sorry, I want to include sign like this, this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this, all signs in the keyboard. May some ask, if I enter this sign, that mean will to exclude this? No, if I enter it between character like this, in the middle of it, this will, the button attribute will deal with it like any sign, not like an exclude that we discussed it in the previous example. So this means that what I will enter here must include numbers, capital letters, small letters, signs, and can be any number. This any number will remove it and say from 8 to infinity. Let's refresh it. If I enter, for example, 3, will not submit it, and capitals will not submit it. Numbers, and they are more than 8 character, will not submit it. When I enter now any sign like this will submit it, as you can see. So my password must contain at least one number and one capital letter and one small letter and any sign of this, and become more than 8 character. This all conditions are written here. Okay, now a file name. Okay, let's remove it. Okay, all this, remove it. What's it want? The file name don't have the following signs. Okay, so here we can say that the file name can have anything unless this sign. I will copy them and remove the comma. Okay, this means exclude these signs. These signs mustn't be in the pattern. Okay, what is the second condition? File name must be one or more character. So I will write here a plus sign. If to remove, to make me don't allow to write 0 character. For example, no name for this file. This not allowed. At least one character the file name, at least, or more. This means, for example, like this, from 1 to infinity. We write plus sign. Okay, we end the second condition. File name followed by dot sign. So we will follow it by dot sign, like this. Dot sign followed by the extension. Now after the dot, we will make the extension. Extension can't have the following signs. Extension can't have the following signs. They are the same, but he add the dot. Extension can't have the dot sign. Okay, we will say the extension exactly like this, and here with the dot sign. Okay, extension must be one or more character. Okay, and here, like what we do before, enter the sign, the plus. This can be repeated one or more, but not 0. Okay, let's run it. Enter correct file name like this that have this character. Submit will not submit it. Okay, refresh. Submit on it. Submit will not submit it. Enter correct name like this, but this will not submit it because it don't have the extension. Okay, it's error. Enter the extension like this and submit will submit it. Okay, but still there is still one problem. If I enter like this, sum, okay, dot ak, for example, dot ak, this all must treat with it like file name, and this the extension. If I submit, will submit it. It's work fine. Okay, and if I enter, for example, sum dot and will submit it. All this is a file name and this the extension. The last example we have an email. It's have some conditions. Let's see it. Email name can have character or the following signs: minus, underscore, plus, and dot. Okay, he will say that the email will have anything. Sorry, what we characters and the following. Okay, so we'll write like this: A to Z, or A to Z, or numbers, anything, and these characters, plus and what also dot. Okay, let's plus dot. Okay, email name must start with letter. Okay, so here we must enter like this: A to Z and A to Z small. He say email name must start with letter, so I can't enter 0 in the first, so I make the first is only from A to Z capital and from A to Z small. Here we will write star. That can be repeated anytime, any sequence of number. Email signs can't be repeated. Okay, he say that this can't be repeated contiguous in the same email. For example, I can't enter B underscore underscore. This repeated is not allowed. This allowed, but not to be repeated. Okay, how we can solve this? We must remove them from here and put them here. This can be repeated, but this can't be repeated. Okay, email name must be followed by a. Okay, let's try this part. Only the email name. For example, BA submit. Okay, what's wrong? Okay, here we say that this must be included, so we will add the question mark. The question mark will mean that this brackets can be 0 or 1 time at most. It can't be more than 1. Refresh, B, bar, anything, FAA. Okay, let's try FAA, underscore, underscore. 2 underscores is not allowed. Submit or not submitted. Exactly. What if I enter anything after underscore? It will not submitted. Here I say that the last character must be underscore. So how can we make all this part repeated? We can put it like this, and star sign. All this can repeat it. For example, fish BAS underscore, okay, plus, okay, AAA plus SSS dot D. This must be accepted. Submit. Will submit it. If I enter anything characters like this, will not submit it. Okay, very good. What the next? The name followed by hosting. Email name must followed by a. Okay, here there is trick. Maybe anyone will tell me that must be like this. He say that must followed by a. All this must follow by a. But at have, if we want to make at, we will not include it in the brackets. At is the only sign that if we want to write it as a single sign, we will not include it in the brackets. We will leave it like this. Okay? So if I enter like this, this is wrong. Okay? At followed by hosting name that contains character only, like Hotmail, like Mail US, and so on. Okay, now after at, there is only character are allowed, A to Z and A to Z. He specify the length. Host name can be more than one character. Okay, here we'll add plus sign. Host name must be more than one character. This means one or more. Okay, host name followed by the domain that is 2 or 3 character letters only. Okay, host name is followed. Okay, there is dot between host name. We must put dot between host name. Okay, here we must include dot sign, and all this part, the same idea. We say it in the file name, can repeat it, and after all this, here we will enter the domain. The domain is any characters or small character, what we say. Okay, any character, A to Z capital and small letters. and this can be only 2 or 3 as we say. Okay, this button will sufficient for me that the email will enter here is correct email, not anything blah 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 and so on. Okay, let's try this here. Fish submit, there's spaces here .com for example. I think there's a problem. Oh, submitted. Okay, if I enter signs like this, I enter for example like this and leave it, will not accept it, and so on. Okay, we end our thing. Email must start with letter. Okay, that's all. I think that the idea is easy. You want only to practice to this example, revise it more than one time. You will be, every time you will be better than the first. Revise the past two videos to understand what we write in every button. Okay, thank you all.